Hello, my name is Janice Blattis, and for my term paper, I chose to focus on Chapter 7 of the textbook, which is about employee training and development. I chose this topic because I've had workplace issues and because of the training I received at the establishment. An important concern under employee training and development is the transfer of training, which is how the skills and knowledge learned in the training program can be applied to the actual work environment. It is based on the similarities between the training and actual job tasks. Successful training programs directly address the task performed on the job and have identical stimulus and response elements found in the training and job situations. When I was new to my current job and undergoing training, I had shadowed for the first few weeks and then started to do the task with help and guidance from coworkers who had been working for a longer time. There was no training program to follow. I was either assigned to work on the front desk doing check-ins, responding to voicemails, or answering the phone calls. It was more of a learn-as-you-go type of training where I had guidance from my coworkers and can ask them for help or advice at any time. While I quickly caught on to the standard skills and tasks required for the job, I still found myself asking questions and seeking help quite often. Even after working for several months, I would run into tasks that I was unsure of what to do or had no idea how to help the patient with their issue. I had brought this up to some of my coworkers who had also been hired around the same time as me, and we all found that we would run into new issues that we weren't taught during training because we hadn't encountered them during the learn-as-you-go process. Instead of teaching us everything we need to know, we would only learn the things as we encounter the issues. We didn't directly bring this up to management, but they never had an issue with us constantly asking them for help or guidance, if we were ever unsure of what to do, and the training had never changed. The textbook uses various research findings to help discuss the issues, factors, contributions, and solutions related to employee training and development. They discuss the importance and positive effect of setting training goals and providing feedback and reinforcement for trainees. The research found that by setting training goals that implement the training strategies and feedback given concerning achieving those goals, the trained behaviors tended to stay in place. Feedback and reinforcement are important to give during training because without them, the learned skills or procedures may deteriorate as workers forget some important elements, pick up bad habits that interfere with their application, or lapse into using old work strategies. The textbook also discusses how training should continue throughout an employee's career and take place on a regular basis. There should be a consistent number of training sessions every few months to allow employees to brush up on their skills and procedures for the job. This allows employees to ensure they retain the necessary factors to show good or high performance. A common problem and issue seen in the training programs is that the business is unorganized and doesn't have the proper training program set up to ensure employee success. This can also stress the employees out when they are trying to figure out what to do on the job as they go. This is similar to what I had experienced at my job training, since it wasn't a structured program and it was more of a learn-as-you-go type of training with some guidance available. The journal article I used in my term paper is A Process Approach to the Transfer of Training, Part 2, Using Action Planning to Facilitate the Transfer of Training, written by Margaret Foxen at Florida State University. This article focuses on implementing action planning into training programs and the success that could be achieved through it. This article is relevant to my topic because it finds a solution to the issues within the transfer of training, and the article also discusses issues seen and faced throughout the transfer of training process and workplace transfer strategies. It includes a section about recent transfer studies done and the findings from them. One of the studies discussed was by Wexley and Baldwin in 1986, which compared 3 time management interventions for college students: assigned goal setting, participative goal setting, and behavioral self-management, based on Marx's relapse prevention approach. They found that both types of goal setting were more effective than the self-management in sustaining behavior change over 2 months. The group using relapse prevention techniques showed less commitment to behavior change, possibly because they didn't want to commit to specific actions or strategies for dealing with challenges after the training. The article then delves into action planning and its importance, discussing what it is, how it works, and how to implement it into a course, and how to monitor the transfer through action plans. It states that action planning is a cost-effective, simple, yet powerful tool that enhances training transfer, is an essential strategy for organizations looking to maximize their investment in training. The solution proposed in the textbook involves effective training programs that must follow a structured, step-by-step model to ensure success. The first step is to assess training needs. Organizations must identify what workers need to know to perform their jobs effectively. This sets a foundation for the entire training program. Next, we establish clear training objectives. These objectives should be specific and measurable. Once we have our objectives, we develop and test the training materials. We must consider factors like the trainee's education and skill levels, the relevance of the material to job performance, and the cost effectiveness of different training methods. The next step is implementing the training program. Key considerations include scheduling, frequency, trainers, training assignments, and training locations. These details ensure the training runs smoothly and effectively. By following these steps, organizations can ensure their training programs are effective and impactful. The solution proposed in the journal article is action planning, which is designed to bridge the gap between the training room and the job environment. It provides learners with a clear cognitive link between what they've learned and how they can apply it in their work. Action planning enhances the intention to transfer skills by giving trainees a structured plan to plan their application strategies before leaving the training environment. This reduces unpredictability and prepares them for the post-training phase. It addresses the challenge of transfer by requiring trainees to make a commitment to action. This increases the likelihood that they will be using their new skills immediately upon returning to work. By identifying and articulating how the training can be applied, action planning boosts trainees' motivation to use their new skills. It reinforces the relevance and practicality of the training, making them more eager to apply what they've learned. Action planning helps learners anticipate workplace demands and maintain their intention to apply the training, thus supporting long-term transfer and maintenance of new skills. In practice, action planning is straightforward and can be integrated into any training program, whether technical or soft skills. Thank you for listening.